Yes, tomorrow we will have a second workshop with a group of leaders and experts in an organization where we are conducting a reorganization. The head of the department asked me to consult and coach, but especially consult in terms of organizational diagnosis and bring in best practice organizations from other companies, how to organize around these key processes of the organization. And that's what we did. We did a little benchmark with other companies, as well as bringing our expertise in terms of new organizational forms of network organizations, agile organizations, and how to organize teams without a clear hierarchy and with different roles, etc. The director brought in, she was hired, newly hired, and then he brought in his expertise, his new ideas, strategy, changing the structure and the roles and especially the culture, bringing in a more service-oriented, customer-oriented culture, because his background is upbringing is from a very service-oriented organization where his family worked in, and now he's conducting this in this organization. So I, as an external, of course, became a little bit. The first 3 workshops were okay, but then it started to become difficult because it's a woman, by the way, she had woman director, successful director in other companies, and in this organization, she was really under pressure by those guys and very tough guys. Her the one who is taking up a role when she is away. So very tough guy. Now today it was announced after nearly 10 months that he will leave the organization, the company. So he has to leave it because he didn't really support her, not at all. Always contra, always against it. And I said always that you discuss for hours and hours by saying this is plastic and they say no, this is glass. So as a metaphor, days, workshops by workshop discussing this, not coming together really discussing like this. Absolute resistance. Not only resistance, I would say close to sabotage of the philosophy of her, or the strategy of her, by not really showing up in meetings, in workshops, when she's away, not working in the sense she would like to have it, or going to the boss of the board of directors, the speaker of the directors, and talking behind her back without informing her, so absolutely illoyal, and those kind of things happened. And now it's clear that this is not possible anymore, and she made a cut. And the second person, the second guy who should show up tomorrow in the second workshop said he will not join, he will not come. So I wonder what this is about and what will happen to him if he will leave, or if he had to leave also sometimes in teams. And we have this parallel in organizations when a new director comes, the general manager or the managing director, then sometimes there are people who also wanted this job and didn't get it. And then it becomes really difficult. It's then like this. And a parallel organization in Turkey, the managing director is meanwhile firing the third management team member. So very clear, hire, fire. And here in this country, in the West European country, it's not so easy. but still it's a really cultural change, because we are working on issues of culture change, culture development, new culture, agile, and all those kind of topics. But to have taken this decision and conducting it and really bringing it to life, this is culture change. Now, it's the first time that on this level, on this high level, someone has to go, and this is important. This is culture change, and we will see how it goes on tomorrow. So my role is tomorrow trainer coach, so it's about change management, it fits, and culture development, as well as they want to talk about roles, the new role concept. So I will help them in a good manner, in a good way, to be, let's say, a speaker for all the stakeholders, to see all those parties and stakeholders. And at the beginning, we have to talk about these changes, because it was announced today to the people that he has to go. And yes, it will be an interesting discussion. So I look forward to it. I have to be relaxed, I don't have to be like the first time. I have to be careful not to be too emotional, because I was fighting for her role. I mean, it's in a way my role. If everyone wants to kill her off, then someone has to help her, and this was my role and my job. And I took some risks by speaking about it, by saying who is attacking whom, making it clear, giving feedback, and those guys didn't like it. But so what? This is part of the game and part of the role. Thanks for listening.